Right then, I am back. It's been a little while since I've made a video. Had a lot going on, so unfortunately not a lot I can do that. But I do have something interesting here. This is a Arctic Cat 700 diesel. You'll see its badge is a Massey Ferguson. Not sure why they decided to do that. I imagine it's probably because they wanted to sell more in the British market. Not seen any sort of American videos with them badged as a Massey Ferguson. But it is an Arctic Cat. It's no part Massey Ferguson at all. In fact, every part is branded Arctic Cat, including the tow receiver. There you go. Really quite an interesting quad. It's got a fairly old style diesel engine in it. It's a 700 twin cylinder. You see there. Indirect mechanical injection, no turbo, reasonably slow, but extremely economical. It can be run on red diesel, which in the UK basically is just diesel without tax on it. So it's costing £5 or £6 a gallon. It only costs £2.50, £3. What's your diesel tank? Fairly big diesel tank, about 30 litres. Go a hell of a long way, go about 300 miles if you just drove it on the road. I reckon it does about 25 miles a gallon, where a standard quad would do, say, 15. Not a lot's wrong with it. Most things have already been done. These racks were virtually covered in rust, but they've been powder coated. You can just about see where the pits were. It's not massively pitted, just in small areas. It also had the typical thing with this era of Arctic Cats, is all the bushes were gone, but I've replaced all of them. The previous guy did the rears. I've done the lower A-arm bushings there. I've done the ball joint. I've done the upper and lower suspension bush. Tyres are pretty good. Look at them. I think they're just the standard BKT tyres that always come on Arctic Cats. Yeah. Already struggling out things to say about it. What else have I done? I've recovered the seat, although as you can see it wasn't the best one I've done. I did it when it was pretty cold, so the material wouldn't stretch too well. That line there was just a crease in the material that we already had. I tried using a heat gun. Most of it is okay, but it's just these few crinkles in the middle. If you stand back, it looks alright for a farm quad. Rear rack is missing. Should be like the front one. Should be quite a big rack, because technically it can seat 2 people. Hence the rise in the foot plate. But I've got one of those coming. That's just a simple job. I've actually seen quite a few of these with the racks missing, because they're dead easy to remove. They're just these pull-out pins. Not really sure what the point is. I think it's because these had the option of coming with like a seat and a box, so it was easy rather than just unbolting them. But anyway, there you go. The hitch receiver is pretty beefy, like I said. It's like an American style hitch receiver. Those British cars just have just a standard thing coming up, probably because they don't tell much weight. It's got 2 batteries. Start the diesel engine because of the higher compression ratios. 2 and 4 wheel drive like every other quad out there. It's half decent. Mechanical diff lock rather than electronic diff lock. Fans are on a switch because it couldn't work out what it was causing. Replaced the thermostat, replaced the sensor in the radiator, but it didn't do anything. Probably better, because these are renowned for blown head gaskets. These 700 Lamborghini diesel engines. They're not just using these, they're using all sorts of industrial applications like generators. But this one has been done with an operated head gasket by a dealer in the past, so not a problem. There's your glow plug walling light. Under here is the air filter there. You've got your oil dipstick way down there, can you see that? Just about see the orange there. It's the radiator cap. Quite accessible really, considering the size of the engine. Oh, the other thing I've done is those vent lines on the fuel tank were pretty old and crusty, and they were leaking diesel when I filled it up to the brim, so I had to replace all of those. But yeah, let's start it up. All the lights work. You see the glow plug lights come on. It's not done that many miles for one of these. It's done 10,800 miles. I've seen a lot of these with 20,000 miles on. There we go. Start straight away. Pretty solid quad, sounds pretty good. Use the fans. You can hear them coming on. Absolutely stinks. Like an old school diesel, no AdBlue or any DPF or anything like that. All them lovely cast engines coming to me garage, so I better switch it off. You'll notice it takes a second to go off because obviously the diesel's shut off by cutting off injection rather than just spark. God, that really does stink, but there we go. Hopefully I'll do some more videos soon. I haven't done a lot with the tractor, except from I've painted the loader. I've took it off, stripped it and painted it. It's come out fairly well. Let's strip it over the bloody thing then. I ran out of paint on the loader, so for the bucket I ordered more, but it came slightly darker Ferguson grey. Don't think that's really an issue, to be fair, because if I paint you can just barely see it because of the snow. If I paint the bucket, there's the bucket, if I paint that in that colour as well, should look okay. So yeah, see you in the next one, I guess.